Welcome back, you guys. Remember how I've been talking a lot about how I have a new baseline and my messy starting point isn't as catastrophic as it used to be, and I'm doing so much better, and I'm not letting things go to the point that it is crushing my soul? That is not true for this room. It is probably some of the worst it's ever been. This is old Beth. This is Beth when she started YouTube, Beth. This is bad, really bad. And I would say my bedroom and my bathroom might be just as bad as old Beth. You know, the new normal is not new normaling in here. We're old normaling, and I hate my old normal. So I have been intentionally avoiding this room. Like it just got a little bit dirty, and then um a couple different things piled up, and then you guys are so in my way. You guys right off the bat, so in my way. Why wouldn't you move? I needed to get that laundry out of there. All of the laundry bins, I'm just assuming are dirty in here. I did not trust any of that laundry. All of it's going to be rewashed. So much of it's piled in my sink. I genuinely I don't know what happened. I don't know why happened. I don't know how happened. I have an idea of how happened, to be honest, but the why and the everything, the when, it's all very blurry for me. But I need to get it done. This room is the linchpin for my bedroom and my bathroom. That's just how it is. Washing dishes in the dishwasher is what keeps my kitchen and therefore the rest of my living space clean. But in my periphery rooms, in my out of sight, out of mind rooms, the laundry room reigns supreme. And that is just absolutely what the case is. Now, I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding where to start, also where to walk, where to step, all of it. It's terrible. But we're going to start with a little bit of laundry, and we're refilling our laundry thing. So I bought two of these pourers. They're from Grove Collab. And I love it because it measures how much you dump out. And last time I bought it, I bought two. The first one lasted me about 7 years. And then I was like, why did I buy two? That's so dumb. Why did I buy two? Also, I wanted to take some pictures for my thumbnail. So that's what I did right then. And I was kind of annoyed with myself. And then one of my kids dropped it. It's glass. It shattered. It had just been refilled. So glass and copious amounts of laundry detergent pooled all over the floor. It's really hard to clean up laundry detergent. It stays soapy for 1 billion years, and it made my floor feel gross. And so I didn't want to walk in there. So I wasn't doing laundry. Lots of different things, right? But I'm glad I bought two because now I was able to just pull that down and fill it up. So I guess I willed it into existence or I just knew better and I'm a good planner. One of the two. Okay. I'm not in love with the cozy lambskin or whatever we're pretending that faux thing is. I'm not okay with that anymore. It feels too wintry for what's happening here. And I'm also not okay anymore with the containers that hold my OxyClean or my dryer sheets. I haven't been okay with them for a very long time, but there is no rubber, I think it's called a rubber gasket. There's no rubber seal around it to hold it into place. And so when the dryer or the washer jiggles, it rattles. And so we keep taking the lids off and setting it to the side. And I hate that. That's not my intention whatsoever. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I hate how everything looks. And so any minute now, Elizabeth, we say, F it. And I don't go to Hobby Lobby. The rest of the stuff that comes up here, I definitely did not pause filming. And that's why the footage shifted. And I did not go to Hobby Lobby to look for things to put up here at all whatsoever. Everything that is featured next, I already had. So, and those, I set those rugs behind me and they immediately fell down and tried to attack me. Now, this I do just to impress you because I want you guys to know that I am a graceful, delicate lady. The trash can lid that I have for my fuzz, what is that called? The fuzz, that the lint trap. My lint lid had, oh yeah. So this I had on hand. I always roll up runners like this when I store them. Look at how perfectly that fit though. And then these do have little rubber gasket thingies. I guess I do my impressive maneuver in a minute. So everybody wait with bated breath. I'm glad I transferred this over because then I thought, oh, let's refill it. I'm out of OxyClean again. That is the second time I haven't had a backup OxyClean in this year. And that's devastating to me. I cannot keep living this life. I have to go grocery shopping anyways today. I'm really annoyed. So I'm going to go pick it up and refill that and buy like 5 of them. And so now I have run a few loads since then and they don't jiggle. Okay, here's where I'm impressive. What if the lid was close by and I could see it? Nope, but I have a basically empty cleaning bottle and a drying rack that fell back there. So, but yeah, that lid is gone forever. Do I hold on to that little tiny trash bin, even though now it looks stupid because it's doing the job it does? Or do I see if Target still has them for $5 and get a new one? I bet you what's going to happen is I'm going to use it for as long as I possibly can until I happen to see one at Target and then be like, oh yeah, and then get it. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, frying pan used to be non-stick and now is scratched to all bejesus. And so I'm convinced I'm scraping particles into my body when I use it. It doesn't non-stick anymore. It's just a really crappy old pan. So that's getting tossed. That pillow also crappy old, doesn't need to be there. So that can get tossed too. And there's a lot of miscellaneous boxes and things that can be broken down that I just have strewn about, and we need to take care of it. This sink has not been accessible in a while. Like I am having to rinse my mopping stuff in my dishes sink, and I don't love that. It's kind of gross to me. And so I just I haven't been able to use this sink. It's really a bummer. It's been months, I think. We'll look back on the last time I cleaned my laundry room. And by we, I mean not me whatsoever. I'm not going to do that. Somebody will. And that's the last time I acknowledged this room. I think it was right after Christmas. So that sink's been non-functional. The sinky thingy, what is that? The spraying part that comes out in a like a tube. What is that part? The faucet head? Ew. That's been down, tumbled down, and pinned other things for a while. So like now it doesn't really want to go back correctly. It has a kink in its neck. Hate that for me. And then now I'm like, yes, let's just empty out this sink so we can do things that like squashed together and covered in mold because water has been getting accidentally knocked on in there. But just so much other stuff was in there to absorb it and get disgusting and moldy. And I'm just overwhelmed. I need to do it in tiny sections. Like I wanted to clean off the top of the washer dryer and make it pretty so I could feel motivation to keep moving forward instead of being like, let's clean it all and then decorate it. We're not in that mood today. I am in the any bit of dopamine I can give myself. Let's do that. Oh, gross. So this is my spot washer and one of the dogs had an accident on the rug. And then I brought this into the laundry room and dumped it and forgot about it. So now when I'm emptying that cleaning thing, it's overwhelmingly smelly. And I guess that's what I get for not staying on top of things. So I'm trying to clean it out with, I guess, what appears to be undiluted Pine Sol. It does not look like anybody added water to that. They were just like, F it, or no, Simple Green. And they were like, nope, we're going full force. So yikes. But then I rinsed it off and I took it out. This water I had geared up when I was trying to prep the filters. So there are charcoal filters inside of it. If they get too dried out, they get annoyed with filtering water. So you have to like give it water and be like, here, little charcoal filters. And so I did that to prep before my RV trip, which never happened because my RV broke down, still at the shop in case anybody's keeping track. And so let's just dump the water because I'm not drinking that water. I don't think anybody should drink that water. And then we'll set it to the side next to the RV coffee pot that is on my stairs by my garage because I didn't put it back in. So also, and I couldn't dump the water before because I would have dumped it onto laundry. Oh, it's bad, guys. Maybe I'll just donate this caddy right here for the cleaning supplies. I never use the caddy. I've attempted a couple times, but I think what I prefer to do is just scatter all of my cleaning supplies to the four corners of the winds and then get really annoyed and try to track them down. Like I like that. It gets my steps in, it gets my heart rate up. And I also get delighted when I actually find the effing thing that I was looking for. So yeah, maybe I like that. I like the treasure hunt of life. Here's one of my HEPA filters. I love that. My HEPA air filter and yuck, but I was told that I can rinse them off and reuse them and they are expensive. That was me headbanging. I really like the song that's playing. Was not sneezing. Had nothing to do with that stupid filter. What? You guys, I don't know what I was talking about. All right. Huge progress here. It actually looks like it could be a countertop at this time. And I have a ton of cleaning supplies. What I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to work through all of them. I have a ton of partially used cleaning supplies. And what I need to do is just pick one, use that up, throw it away, move to the next one. I need to stop being like, oh, whatever one I find. So, am I going to? No, but it is what I should do. All right, I have an idea for over here. What I think I'm going to do is take this basket that I absolutely had on hand, did not buy at Hobby Lobby this morning, and I'm going to fill it with the cat food, the wet cat food and dog food. I am offering my pets, I was going to say children, more wet foods. And then I want to start making them dog food for reasons and not content reasons, other reasons. And then it's annoying because I have boxes of these, just it's basically everywhere and it's cluttered. And so let's display it in something cute. Also, I really like this basket. That is what I am doing here. Good news, Sweet Potato loves being offered wet cat food and hates it. She does not think it tastes good, but she would like to see it presented to her routinely. Um, Mama Kitty and Hot Sauce Man love eating it and they need to be restrained. They need to stop having so much food. All right, so I'm starting on the dog food in here, and then I'm like, you know where else there is dog food? In a second, I thinking ahead, I know what comes next. That's why I'm able to predict what I'm about to do. Not that I just edited this and watched it. Also, I cleaned earlier today. This is all a very same day situation. Clean, edit, upload. Getting it all done at once because I wasn't about to do anything this weekend. So now I'm like, over here there's dog food. And I have been thinking that my dog treats are stupid over here because we give treats to the dogs when they come in from using the bathroom, which is the opposite side of the house. Like we have to let them out in the backyard and then walk all the way into the laundry room when we should have it much closer to the backyard so that Kesha could be like, you know what? I am being rewarded for my outside potties. Maybe I'll stop peeing on Beth's rugs. Like that would be glorious. Kesha, she's in here. She just doesn't care. She says she's old and could not care less. Okay. I'm also having trouble with managing how many bags of dog food I currently have. I have to fix the Chewy shipment again. I don't know what happens. Either I have no dog food or I have 40 bags of dog food. Same with the cat litter. I'm in a season of I have no cat litter. I used to have 14 boxes of cat litter. This doesn't fit. It's super annoying. I thought it would be really adorable. It is not adorable. It's stupid. And so now let's just split it up. Let's put dog food in one place, cat food in the other place. They get fed in different locations. And instead of going back to Hobby Lobby, which I did not go to Hobby Lobby this morning anyways, I'm going to reuse this little bin. And it's woven fabric, so it will fit wherever I shove it. I wanted it to look cuter, but it looks cute enough, right? It's the packaging. The packaging of the dog food is not aesthetic. Don't they know we don't want bright colors? Beiges only. So now I'm hard pivoting to shoving all of this cleaning stuff into the cabinet, which I'm barely getting things in. And so let's organize the cabinets. Like we're deep cleaning the laundry room, might as well deep clean the laundry room, giving you a far better view. And we are cuddling. You guys are like, I'm squatting down like a mom, and you're my toddler who's like, I'm wrapping my arms around you. You're like standing between my legs. I have my arms around you, and we're both looking at, I don't know, a rock that you found that is the greatest rock that we've ever both seen. And I'm just enjoying our closeness and that you're two and how much I love you. But that's what we're doing right now. So you're welcome. I had to pivot back to content, I had 4 dog shampoos in there. Only one of them was not within the expiration date, and I never wash my pets anyways. One of them was for Kesha because she was getting really itchy. And so I had a very specific shampoo for her, but I think she just got like really eaten up by gnats. Not putting these in any particular order. I'm just shoving this stuff in here because I'm going to mess it up when I go look for the next thing anyway. So I don't even care. Here, I can't get you any lower, and I keep shoving my head in front of you, but I don't really organize this super well. Oh, there's the members mark for everybody else who's like, hey, what kind of floor cleaners do you use? It's right there. It is the Sam's Club members mark floor cleaner. Mine is kind of pink. I think it's currently kind of purple. I don't know if they changed what the formula was or they just discontinued pink and only brought in purple like they do. I hate it when they offer something. I'm like, yes, we really love this. And we use it for about 9 months. And then it's like, no, we don't want to carry that one anymore. Here's something similar, but slightly different, and you'll hate it. They're so good at that. They did that with chicken strips, which is 99% of my kids' diet at this time. Don't change your effing chicken strips. That needs to be, we need a constant in our life, and that constant is chicken strips. It doesn't show up very well on camera. There's so much pet hair up there, like the pet hair of it all. I think Beauty's pet hair was up there. So that's why I'm wiping it down like obsessively. It seems like I am legitimately still trying to get it to actually clean. It just looks more clean for you because I don't know. Cameras are magic. I don't know how they work. So I am kind of finding a place to stand, but it's still very, very crowded for me. I've been considering moving my giant kitty litter upstairs and taking a smaller one downstairs because with the flippy floppy lid, I think Leroy's not able to eat the cat litter. At least I haven't seen him evidence of him accessing it, and 2 out of the 3 litters are in a enclosed litter box with the flappy liddy. Okay, where I'm scrubbing right here, it doesn't come up very much, but there's a little bit of rust looking stainage. And so I got out my barkeeper's friend, which was solidified basically. I ended up smashing it against the side of the sink and then it came out. But barkeeper's friend is glorious and really cleans up my stainless steel laundry sink. And I'm happy that I can access this laundry sink. And I found this sponge. I don't know where I bought this spongy thing, but one side is a scrubber and one side is a sponge, and I am in love with it. It feels like something I bought at Dollar General. So, speaking of Dollar General, we went there. My son and I went there. I took him to the movies and we saw Minecraft, which I love. I didn't know it was in theater, so we saw it extremely late. And I I loved it. It was fun, but we stopped at Dollar General first to get candy because that's what you do. And then you smuggle it in. That's half the fun. But I did get us a popcorn and we both got sugar sodas. And so he picked out three candies. He had a Oreos and cream Hershey's. He had Sour Patch Kids. Oh, and Reese's Pieces and popcorn and a soda, right? And then I'm picking up this pillow. That's his pillow. Yeah, he at midnight sat up and threw up all over his bed. I told him I was worried about it. I was like, dude, I think we're making bad choices, but eat as much as you want. You can have as much sweets as you want, but if you throw up, that's your problem. But it turns out it wasn't just his problem, but it also wasn't my problem because I went to sleep. It was his problem and his dad's problem. So that pillow that I threw away, I was not salvaging it. It's a very old body pillow. I'm not salvaging that. That was a loss to the cause. I was double checking the other pillow and that one was fine. I'll run it through a steam sanitized cycle of the dryer when the dryer is available. But we are working through his bedding. And I do believe that white thing under there, I think that is his mattress pad cover thingy. And then the sheets that I threw in were his sheets. And so his first comforters in the dryer, his sheets are in the wash. I believe they had been washed and then pulled and set on the litter box. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just rewash everything in this room anyways. So um it's everything got washed one time. I just needed to wash it again. So now I'm like, let's put away these sodas. There's no room. You know why? There's so much crap shoved in here, old stuff. It's not great. And so, fine, F it. I guess I'll clean out the fridge. A couple of you guys were like, I didn't know there was a fridge right there. There is. I love it. So, when we viewed this house to buy it, they did have a fridge in here as well. And I was like, oh, I love this. And they're like, but you may not have it under any circumstances. It was even in the listing where they were like, under no circumstances will you get that fridge. So that was rude. Also, hard pivot real quick. My kids have been putting away groceries and I put too much faith into that. They're putting things that should be frozen in the refrigerator, like those Eggos and the Smucker's sandwiches, and then things that I don't want to go in the freezer into the freezer, like the meat that I'm going to make for dinner that night. And so we just have to. Oh, and then that pasta sauce was never opened, so that's a pantry item. So what we need to do is go back through and recategorize the rules of what goes where. I just don't think we were clear enough and things are getting a little bit chaotic. So, what I was going to say was when we bought the house, we were using this little zone. I had that rack thing, the laundry sorter that the dog food's on. That was actually tucked into this space and that was our dog space and it worked really really well. And I loved it. And I was like, we don't really need a second fridge. And then because we also have a deep freezer in the in the garage. And then then I was like, yes, let's buy half a cow. So that's fine, right? That's reasonable for a family of 5 who eats a obnoxious amount of beef. Then I was like, let's buy a whole hog because I don't know how big a hog is, apparently. I thought it was a much more reasonable sized creature, and it wasn't. It's huge, and we could not fit. When he called and he was like, okay, yeah, I put in the order and they were getting ready, and they're like, just so you know, this is how much meat there is. And I was like, we cannot store that much meat. We need one more freezer. And so I specifically found a freezer that did not have an ice maker because I needed the additional space in the frozen section. And it didn't even fit after that. I gave my neighbor like 5 different hams because I was like, well, this isn't fitting. And she gave me a sewing machine, which was awesome. And so, yeah, we had way too much. And that was it was a really solid lesson learned. It barely could fit it all, and we did not get through the pork within the time frame of it still being really palatable. It is still absolutely safe to eat. It just might not be delicious. Also a little bit of the beef, I think. And so, because after a while, because it was so frustrating with how much pork was like not being gotten through, like some of the beef kind of just fell down through the wayside. Then we started buying beef. And so we do have a good chunk of meat that I'm not willing to feed my family, but not willing to throw away. And so I looked into it. It's absolutely safe to consume. And so I'm going to make it into dog food. I'm going to make wet dog food for my dogs. And then after that goes horribly sideways, I'm almost positive I will finally have to just toss it and chalk it up to a life lesson of pigs are freaking enormous. They're huge. Do not buy a whole hog for a family of 5. Buy a whole hog for a family of 78,000. Like if you're on Sister Wives, you can buy a whole hog. Do not buy it for your family of 5. But it was the best pork chops ever. Oh my God, they were so good. So I guess that's something that I'm going to do relatively soon because I need to. And then I'll clean out all of that deep freezer and order half beef because that was absolutely manageable for us. And quarter hog. I think that's reasonable to be honest. And for some reason, I was like, thought we only did it seasonally because I grew up on a cattle ranch. So my parents were divorced. Half the time I grew up like in a city life, and half the time I grew up on farm life. And so we always slaughtered our cows at a specific time. And so, like, I thought it was like peach harvesting, it's seasonal. And so I was like, oh no, we got to catch the season. No, really, they'll slaughter whenever. So I am ready. I just pulled it out. I am ready to donate Beauty's leash, which is a big step for me. But so I basically have everything donated that I want to donate. The things of hers that I wanted to keep are up with her in our entryway. But I had been shoving so much stuff under the sink that I was like, okay, let's organize under the sink so things could actually freaking fit. And now that I organized and able to put things away, the countertop is so empty. It looks wild to me. See, everything fits. Okay, we are 90% done with the kitchen sink, not kitchen, F word, living room. Okay, so the other day I was watching Instagram Reels because I don't have TikTok. And it was this mom, and she was yelling at her kids. She was like living with perimenopause, and she was like, put the tomato on your face. And she'd be like, not tomato, bicycle. Nope, not bicycle. Frick. And then she'd be like, come on, guys, it's time to eat your like cars. No, wait, and stuff. And like she just kept saying the wrong word. And I was like, thank you. That is it's so annoying where I am just the wrong word comes out. And I was like, why would I say that word? That's not correct at all. Sometimes it's not even in the same realm. And I'm like, why would I say that word? Also, I'm not really sure what I'm talking about, but I am putting away Mark's Monster Energy drink. I want to be mad at him for drinking Monster Energy drinks, but then I reflect on the aggressive amount of coffee I drink, and I do not say anything to that man. But I did want to say, look, now it's all cute and patriotic inside of my fridge, and Canada can suck it. All right. My laundry countertop, sink countertop, that is 99% done. Where the washer dryer is, done. Dog food, nope, working on that. This is one of the bags where my cats ripped it open to have access, and I still have not been able to put it all the way in yet. That's what she said. But I did accidentally open two of that kind of dog food and filled both tubs with it, and then had to store part of it away because Kesha eats diet food. She is a round girly, much like her mother. And so that's why I'm still working through that bag, if that makes sense. All right. So, because we are deep cleaning the laundry room, not even sure if I told you guys it was a deep clean in the beginning, but it is. Clearly, I did the freaking refrigerator. We want to sanitize the inside of the litter box. Oh, I need help thinking of a word. Wait until I open this and then you'll see. But I want to sanitize this. It is one of my kids' chores. It's two of my kids' chores, but they alternate to scoop litter, and it is a valiant effort. It is not even a valiant effort. It is the effort they can get away with. It is the bare minimum. But I wanted to get this all out because not only do we need fresh litter in here, but the amount of litter that gets everywhere else, I know it's not the cats. It has to be the kids. Okay, so what I scooped out of there and picked up was not a delicious treat for Beth, but one of the little pegs that you put into the holes when you have like adjustable furniture that you put together yourself, but they're little pegs that go in the holes and it's holding the entryway door together. And I've definitely vacuumed up half. And so this little partition is not stable. And I'm definitely whacking it every time and it falls apart. You'll see me struggle with it. I think I can buy more of the Peggies separately. And you guys, if you're Googling, please don't Google pegging. Like just, if you know what they're called, you can look them up. If you don't Google that phrase. Just not healthy for any of us. And I am vacuuming this out and then we're going to sanitize the inside of it. But that stupid partition is giving me a real pickle. It's not giving me a pickle, guys. Words are hard. So finally, okay, look, I hit that. I am using up one of my cleaning supplies. This is thrilling. And I do like when I'm using one of the cleaning supplies all up when it's the pre-soaked wipies to dump out all of that cleaner that sits at the bottom because like you got to get your money's worth. I'm not paying extra for the little drizzle to stay at the bottom. What is happening? I don't know. Okay, see? Struggle bus. And then as I keep moving it, it keeps popping out. And so when I shut the lid, I hear one fall. When I push it back towards the wall, I hear another one fall. It's just not great. And as I go, I have to open up. Sorry, I got a text message that shocks me. I can't tell you guys what it is though, because I bet you YouTube will censor the crap out of it. Okay, so my friend Millennial Meg, this is all, you guys, I have no idea if this is true or not. Millennial Meg texted me. She's known to be sketchy as crap anyways, but there is a famous YouTuber who is goth, and she is she's like in her later 20s, and she struggles very much with a crap, what words are censored? We're pretty deep in the video, but I definitely think that this is going to be an issue. Her name is Eugenia. She does have a last name. If you know who I'm talking about, you probably know, but she has been actively slowly exiting this realm for a long time, very publicly on YouTube. And I blame her mother entirely, allegedly, probably. but her content is heartbreaking. And every once in a while, I Google her to see if she is still in this realm. And uh, Millennial Meg just texted me. She said, "Did you see that it may have happened because there was a very abrupt end to the live stream?" Not sneezing. Not the time, Beth. Don't, come on. Anyways, I'm not going to pause, but like that would be so heartbreaking to me. It's so crazy how both sides of that coin are so profitable on YouTube. The mukbang where you eat, and it's like it was supposed to be to like help with loneliness, but you eat your dinner or a meal on camera. Nikado Avocado is a very famous one, especially he's also a crazy brilliant YouTuber. Well, I talked about him before, but I hate that he did this, but I love that he did this. I mixed feelings about this, but he was a vegan mukbanger. So he would eat mukbang, it doesn't matter, guys. He would eat on camera and he had really pretty stories and he had a very gentle personality and he was really cute. He had a parrot. I think he lived in Colombia with his boyfriend who is probably his husband now. And so then he would like realize the more you ate or the weirder food you ate, the more views you would get. All of a sudden, you're eating disgusting amounts of food. And then he gained significant amounts of weight, significant hundreds of pounds. And what he did was apparently he filmed 2 years worth of footage of him at his significant. Also, he turned very toxic. He's a gross person. Usually what I would do is film my all done and leave all of this crap and pretend it didn't exist. But I'm not doing that to myself because even though I was doing past Beth activities in the laundry room, we are doing current Beth activities of actually finishing the job. So anyways, he came back abruptly. Like we didn't think he left and he had lost all the weight and he looks amazing. And I was like, that is brilliant content. So a lot of these people are basically eating themselves to an early timeout and making significant amount of money with it. On the other end of the coin, you have this other girl who, I mean, you can go in either direction and end up with the exact same result. And I'm worried that that result may have happened. So, anyways, thanks for the bummer, Millennial Meg. She sucks. If you guys go to her channel and check her out, she is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And she is also trying to get her poop in a group and organize her life. And luckily, she's doing just about as good as I am. So we will be here providing content for you guys forever. Okay, so I have a ton of cardboard boxes because you saw me breaking them down out there. I was just lobbing them into my hallway where I tend to want them to stay, but I'm going to take them out. I took the trash out. Ugh, huge bummer. My trash does get picked up for a few days and that crap is full now, which really sucks. But we're going to throw these actually into the recycle bin. Not adding to Cardboard Mountain. I might regret that later. But I want to get this walkable and as tidy as I can. Now, I'm not going to get all of it done because I have so much laundry that I need to work through. And that's why I was going to do my whole laundry room, my bedroom, and my bathroom today. But I decided I needed to deep clean laundry room. And I have so much laundry that I'm going to need to work through to get a handle on my bedroom, bathroom, that it needed to just be this. I needed to pour energy into this so that I could go grocery shopping and live the rest of my life today. And I will have to address my bedroom, bathroom next time. I think I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow, which is fantastic. And that'll be next week's Monday video. But let's just top off this kitty litter and then remind myself that I need to order more kitty litter because I don't understand what's happening in the universe of what I have supply of and what I have demand of and where we're landing with it. These are old rugs. These are my kitchen rugs. And I am repurposing them because I am a frugal queen. And they actually look cute. Actually, they look really blue. Maybe I don't like them. Doesn't matter. That's what's staying there until I get annoyed. As the Lord intended. Final result, wanted you guys to see the disaster out front, but look what we had, what we have. I swear I clipped it in a different spot. I don't know why it's behaving like that, but it's just how it is. I could barely walk in it before. Everything was sticky and gross and crumbly, and who knew what was clean, what was dirty? None of it. I knew none of it. But it looks better. It actually looks a little too minimalist for me. So, yikes. Maybe I'll go find some decor. Maybe I'll go back to Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I have to leave the house again, anyways. I need groceries. But yeah, so it is a laundry room again, not a dumping ground and a cesspit. I really love this runner. It's perfect. I like that the dog food's set up. I'm just so relieved. The mental weight and getting this off my checklist, it's just chef's kiss. Also, now I don't have disgusting leftover food in here that's bothering me. And when I buy my groceries, I have somewhere to put them. I do need to empty out my old fridge, my other fridge, is what I meant to say. All right. I love you. Bye.